Christendom worldwide as tragedy hits the Redeemed Christian Church of God, RCCG worldwide, as the General Overseer Pastor Enoch Adeboye loses his son, Dare Adeboye. While the cause of Pastor Dare's death has not been disclosed and his father has not said anything about his son's death, probably still processing it because it's now on the news. Emerging reports indicate that the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God has lost his son, Pastor Dare Adeboye, to death. According to reports online, the 42 years old is the third son of the cleric. He died in his sleep on Wednesday, the 5th of May 2021 in Eket, Akwa Ibom State, where he resides and is the assistant pastor in charge of the Youth Region 35. Before his death, it even said that he ministered the day before on Tuesday and then retired to sleep but did not wake up from sleep. Sources said that he was not sick, he did not complain of anything before the incident, and that when alarm was raised that he was not waking up from his sleep, pastors in the church were summoned and they tried to even pray for him, but all to no avail. Sadly, they really lost him. Dare was discovered by his wife, Temiloluwa Adeboye, who raised the alarm. According to her, she noticed that her husband had not woken up, unlike him. He wakes up pretty early. So she went to check in on him and discovered that he was no longer with us. A spokesman for the church, Pastor Olaitan Olubiyi, confirmed the sad incident. He said it is true, the incident happened in Eket where he was based, and that he does not have the details for now, but before the end of the day, hopefully the Redeemed Christian Church of God will issue a statement. The death of Pastor Dare has been confirmed by several publications, and he was born actually 42 years ago, and it would have been 43 on the 9th of June 2021 if you were to be alive. Pastor Dare Adeboye is survived by his parents, 79-year-old Pastor Enoch and Pastor Mrs. Fulu Adeboye, his wife Temiloluwa Adeboye, 3 siblings, his children, nephews, and nieces. Dare Adeboye actually hails from Ifewara area of Osun State. He is the son of, like I said, Pastor Enoch Adeboye, the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, who became the General Overseer in 1981, and he made the church very popular. He had grown it to over 196 nations and over 14 million branches in Nigeria, one of which Dare Adeboye was a pastor at before his demise. Dare looks so much like his dad, and he has been in the ministry like his dad. The ministry has not said anything like I mentioned earlier, but I hope that an autopsy test will be carried out to ascertain the cause of his death, as report have it that he wasn't ill. But then we hope that the church will be able to give us something about it. While Leke Adeboye, his first son, Pastor Enoch Adeboye, is perhaps the most known child of Pastor Adeboye, as he is the senior personal assistant of his father and the most vocal on social media, people do not know that he actually has Dare as a son and also has a female child. And people also know his last child, Adeolu Adeboye, but Dare is Adeolu's elder brother, and now they've lost their elder brother because he's the most vocal. Leke is the most vocal son of Pastor Enoch Adeboye. Dare has been doing wonderfully well also as an assistant pastor and son to Pastor Enoch Adeboye. If you do not know much about the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor Enoch Adeboye's ministry, or Dare Adeboye, please keep watching as I'll give you some details about the church, the things they do, Dare Adeboye's work in the church, and lots more. If you're enjoying this video so far, please subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to do that, hit notification bell, so that when we have new uploads, of course, you'll be one of the very first people to know about what is happening, especially news like this. Now, the Redeemed Christian Church of God, like I said, of whom he was a pastor before his demise, along with his father and his siblings, was formed by Pa Josiah in 1975. Dare's father Enoch joined the ministry in 1975 when it was founded, and he was an interpreter for 3 years following Pa Josiah's demise. Then he became a full-time pastor in 1981. Enoch Adeboye is a spiritual father to many people, including Bishop David Oyedepo. This is not mostly talked about. Bishop Oyedepo is the founder and the presiding bishop of the Living Faith Church. And you probably did not know also that Pastor Enoch Adeboye ordained Bishop Oyedepo a pastor in 1983. If you do not know, the Living Faith Church Worldwide is also known as Winners Chapel International. While the ministry of Pastor Enoch Adeboye has been trailed with controversies and different news, including how he takes care of his wife, the relationship between himself and his partner, the love between them, and also in speaking about situations in the nation. There was even one time that there was allegations concerning him and his ministry ignoring the founder's children and grandchildren and not taking care of them properly. The loss of his son, while they've risen over every news, this is by far, in my opinion, one of the hardest hits himself, his household, and his ministry has recorded or will ever receive. Because nobody would want to witness the loss of a child. It is easy to do with naysayers when they're saying bad thing about your ministry, but then something that has to do individual, it's very difficult to get back from it. And we just hope that the church as a whole and the family, first of all, will be able to recover from this loss, and RCCG Worldwide will be able to bear the loss of one of theirs. Of course, that's all we can wish them. We wish that they have the fortitude to bear the loss, and God rest his soul. God comforts his wife and his children too. So please say a word of prayer for his family in times like this, because it is easy for us to make it a church thing because he is the son of a popular church founder. But this is also a loss to a particular family. So please say a word of prayer to his family in times like this. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, like I said earlier, give it a thumbs up, like it, share with your family and friend, and I'll be back with a new one. Until such time like this, please take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, show them love now that they are here with us, and bye bye.